Hi, it's Tracy, and I have a layout for you called So Beautiful. And I am working with that gesso, Liquitex gesso, and I bought that at Michael's. And this is my first time using it, and I love it. I really enjoyed playing with it, and it's pretty amazing stuff. I'm using that mask that is a Prima mask. I think that's Prima. It came with a set of two. I'm going to add a little more up in the corner here. And then I have to let that dry. So now it's all dry, which is why it's not shiny anymore. And now I'm just going to play around and do watercolor all around it with different colors that are going with the papers that I know I'm going to use. So I'm going for this pink and orange combo, like a pink and a peach kind of a. I love that color combination. And I originally thought that that was going to be all the colors with the white, pink, and like a peach, but you'll see that I end up, it ends up feeling too monochromatic for me. So, and you can just see I'm just sort of randomly going, and it's almost like I'm using a highlighter and highlighting where I did the gesso so that you could see the florals. And that's the paper I'm going to use. One of the papers I use is that one, and it's Lily Bee Design Sweet Shop. And it's called Marshmallow. And then I also use that floral, which is like a peach color, and I don't know the name of that one. And I think I'm going to use this gray, but I don't end up using it. I do use it for these butterflies, so I do butterflies in several different papers, including more of that Lily Bee Design one and more of the floral. And then I add a little bit of, I at this point I'm still not adding any other colors, but I am going to end up adding like a seafoam green. I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. Probably looking through my stash. Yeah, there we go. I was looking for those doilies. I do not know what's going on with the light with this video. It's a little funky this time. I apologize for that. And now I've pulled out these metal corners there that I believe I bought those at Etsy. On Etsy, I should say. I bought a bag of like 12 of them for reasonably cheap, actually. And now I'm looking through some stuff to try and add a little more dimension. And now I'm going to paint these. First I paint them white so that it's almost like I'm using a primer on them, so that when I add the color to them, it'll show more. I was thinking I might just go with white, but then I realized, this is where I realized, okay, I want to add this other color. And so I had that little doily looking die cut, and it's a seafoam, kind of a green, blue-green color. And so I decide that I want to come up with that color, but I don't have any paint. None of those watercolors match it perfectly, and none of my craft paints do, and I have a lot of craft paint. So I had to mix it, and it was amazing. I mixed those together. I couldn't believe it, how close the colors are and how perfect it was. So, I mean, they're a little bit more green, and the doily die cut is a little more on the blue side of a green, but they really match nicely. So here I am sprinkling that same paint that I painted you can see I painted the metal pieces of the green, and I'm sprinkling, and then I really was wanting more, so then I had to really splatter, and I got some nice splatters going. You can see that I went outside real sloppy with the watercolor on the gesso, and I was really wanting that. I didn't want it to be perfectly square, and I didn't want the paint ending right where the gesso ended. So, and now I'm trying to figure out, I know I want these butterflies, and I have to fiddle around and play with them. I like the corner, the metal corner pieces, up, one on the right, one on the left bottom. I like that look, so that is where those are going to go. And then I realized I wanted more splatters of paint. And I am going to go ahead and glue those down just using Aleene's tacky glue, because I really like them where they are. And now at this point I'm having to avoid that extra splatter I put at the bottom, right? So that's why I end up going and working in other areas. And now I'm liking the butterflies where they are. And when I glued them down, I only glued the center. I only put glue on the center of the butterflies so that their wings could be like flying. And I kept fiddling around with which butterflies were gonna go on there and which not. And originally I thought there was gonna be more butterflies, but then I end up with less than I originally thought. Just playing around. And again, only gluing the center of the butterfly. And then as I was gluing that doily down, the ATG gun picked it up. And then I went and put it down on the paper and forgot the green doily die cut. So then I have to pull that back up. And I don't realize it yet. Sorry for my head in the there. Here's where I realize it. And then I have to re-glue that little torn piece. But it all worked out. Nobody will ever be able to tell that I ripped that. The miracles of glue. And now I believe I'm looking for my title, looking through thickers. Oh no, I was looking through my stickers. I wanted to add a little more down there for a little bit of weight. And that little sticker, it says, "You are so amazing." And now I'm going to work on my title, which I'm doing before I put those butterflies down, because I want to be able to play around and make it all just perfect before I know where those butterflies need to go. So I have the word beautiful, and then I'm going to use some square stickers and write the word so. So beautiful. And obviously I'm getting in front of a light, one of the lights somehow, and creating a shadow. But I don't know which one, and I didn't know it while I was working. So it's funny. Maybe I had the light closer to me than I normally do. That must be it. And now I'm looking through I did glue those butterflies down because I felt good about those after I put the title. And then, I think I just did. Or am I losing my mind? Yes, I did. And I put those enamel dots down, and that's it. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching.